so dominant in the last days. It's coming, the coming of Maitreya, who is an Anunnaki from space.
Mm-hmm.
And he's Anik. And when the Antichrist dies and comes back, and people don't think that that's literal, I do, because I've seen it where he's going to come back in an angelicized form. And he's Anik. All these, the abyss. If you read Revelations 9-12, the locusts coming out of the abyss, that's aliens. And the abyss is space. People think the abyss is hell in Earth.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what basically the impression the churches will give you as you sit in churches week after week. The abyss is hell, and that it's in the middle of the earth. When actuality is the abyss is in space. Satan isn't in hell. Satan's in space. Why would Satan want to be in hell? He's going to get there eventually. What's going to put him there? But right now, he owns first and second heavens. That's his domain.
Yes.
So there's a lot of misconceptions that you just have to break through to people so that they can understand what's coming in these days and how it's all coming together. In Revelation chapter 12, when Lucifer is cast to earth, he's not going to be able, the way I read this is that when Lucifer and his minions are cast to earth, they will no longer be able to use their UFOs to fly in. They're going to be stuck here on earth. That's the way I understand it, because from what I've seen is that there's going to be millions of his forces here on earth. And during that time, there's going to be great destruction, great famine. And what they do is the food runs out, and as in the days of Noah, when the food ran out, because these beings, some of these hybrids, the Nephilim, in Noah's day, before Noah, they were eating up to 500 cattle a day, just one of them. And when the food runs out, they turn to the people, and they start eating human flesh.
Mm-hmm.
And they already do choose to eat human flesh. And so it's going to be much more terrifying than people could ever imagine. Well, that's what I'm trying to wake them up to. Of course, the Lord's people don't have anything to fear. He's going to protect his own. He is our hope. He is our strength. He says, don't take your eyes off of me. Keep your eyes on me. You'll find your hope and peace in me. So people don't have to fear what's coming. But they need to wake up, because those that are on the fence need to get off the fence. You don't want to be found lukewarm. If you found yourselves lukewarm or in wrong, in witchcraft, involved with these beast churches, you're going to be tested for your faith. So right now it's just, my ministry itself is just one of a big wake-up call.
I think that's a very good way of putting it. You don't need to be afraid. You just need to wake up.
Yeah. Just wake up.
Mm-hmm.
Because people want to say you're fear-mongering. It's like, well, I'm not afraid. Are you afraid? I don't think the information should fear you. If you're afraid, it's your faith or lack of that makes you afraid.
Mm-hmm.
I know a lot of people are going to, stick to the Lord, because it says there's more that get beheaded for the faith than they can be counted. So a vast number will wake up, but it'll be too late. They're going to be tested at the guillotines.
Yes. Well,
that's the whole thing.
I'll get also another person can call in, Sherry, and I thank you very much.
Well, thanks for calling in, John. Always a pleasure.
Okay, bye-bye.
We got about 5 minutes left, folks. You want to call in? 260-356-2611. Posted the number on my site permanently. And notice some of the changes I've put on the site this week. The code that I did before I left town, posted that on the Dark Star. The articles posted this week. Alien deceptions in the last days. And let me see if I can remember the title of my other one. The Internet Deceptions of the Anik. Some of the games that the Anik are playing on the Internet, using their pawns on the Internet to infiltrate Christian rooms and boards and disrupt them, or just coming on the Internet themselves and disrupting you. If you run a ministry on the Internet and you're on Yahoo Messenger, you are a prime target for bombardments from the Omegans. I got to the point where I had to take my messenger off to where only people on my list can see me. Otherwise, I'd be getting instant messages from the annex or their pawns constantly to keep me from getting work done. You know, they're time distractors. They waste your time, waste your energy, drain you of everything, always keep you in IMs. As soon as you start working on something for the Lord, they're IMing you, wanting to chat and keep you in conversations for hours on end over mindless dribble and babble. And so it's one of their tactics to not only keep you from doing the things you're supposed to be doing, but to prevent you as well. You know, maybe the Lord's trying to lead you to a website, and every time you finally get the motivation to go to that website and read it, you get distracted because the IMs start from people you don't even know. You know, out of nowhere. And I don't, you know, whatever messenger service you're on, whatever they're using, I know they like using Yahoo. And it's almost comical. You can see them. It's almost like they can turn on and off the messenger. You know how most computers, when you sign off or sign on, it takes a process of signing in or signing out. You see the brackets around your name or whatever. And with these Anik, it's instant. It's like they just flip a switch. They're gone. They're here. They're gone. In a second. Split second. You can blink. They're just gone. Or they just appear all of a sudden. And so you can pretty much tell, once you know what to look for, if the characteristics are there. You know, I've been played plenty of times. That's how you learn how to recognize them. And eventually you just put your foot down, or the Lord has to show you exactly what's going on because you're too slow to pick it up. You know, I get real slow about stuff. Anyway, folks, good to have you with me this week. I'll be back next week, same format, listener format. We'll talk about some last days prophecies and have listener calling. Agape love to you all. See you next week.
Some would make a change, others couldn't stand for that. The cross was a solution, but it rose again. Wise men follow him, but it rose again. Wise men follow him. Thank God for the renegade and the lions they lead. Brother Hero, their time is out the renegade. Lord knows where we see. When it comes to heroes, renegades are fine. Crown, another ragtag band declaring independence. Laid their bodies down on a bloody war, and liberty for their descendants. Thanks to the renegades, free today. Thanks to the renegades, afraid today.